You have done the right things for years: a quick shower, a dab of soap, a towel in a hurry. Yet the tired mornings, the foggy memory, the late day wobble keep returning. Here's the mystery. It is not how long you wash, it is where and how you wash. Small, overlooked zones collect the kind of microbes and irritants that nudge sleep off course, drain energy, cloud focus, and chip away at independence. For those of us past 50, the stakes are simple and enormous: a steady night's sleep, a clearer head in the morning, better balance, calmer skin, and confidence when we step out the door. Today, take one micro-habit you can finish in under 7 minutes. Wash 5 specific body parts with intention. This is a daily anchor, not a marathon. A quick do now. Before your next meal, wash your hands and undernails with warm water and plain soap until they feel squeaky, then dry fully. If your fingertips feel clean and the crescent of each nail looks clear, you are on the right track. Imagine 2 neighbors. One does a brisk rinse and moves on. The other spends a few focused moments on hands and nails, eyelids, armpits and skin folds, feet and between the toes, and the gentle groin area. By evening, the second neighbor is less itchy, less distracted by little discomforts, and more present with family. Multiply that by many days, and you get steadier sleep, fewer minor infections, and more energy for everything that matters. Dermatology and geriatric care guidelines point to a common-sense truth. Clean, intact skin and well-tended moist areas reduce irritation and may cut the risk of minor infections that commonly sap energy in older adults. We are not promising miracles. We are building margins. A small story of turning the corner. Ruth from Minnesota, 68, used to nod off in her recliner, then wake at night scratching her calves and rubbing her eyes. The hallway night light showed her rubbing with quick, frustrated motions. One day, her daughter placed a pump soap at the sink and a soft eyelid wipe by the mirror. The first evening, Ruth washed her hands carefully, then gently cleaned the rims of her closed eyelids with warm water and a soft cloth. There was the quiet scent of clean cotton, the steam on her cheeks, the relief of not rubbing. She slept through to morning, surprised at how ordinary the solution felt. Over weeks, she noticed fewer styes, calmer eyes, lighter mornings. What this means for a 50-plus listener: targeted washing may support better comfort and sleep. Here is the promise. If you give these 5 areas focused care each day, you may feel cleaner longer, experience fewer skin irritations, and protect the balance and independence that let you live life on your terms. If this already clicks, tell me in the comments. Which of the 5 areas do you think you overlook most often? Your answer might help someone your age feel less alone. First, warm water and plain soap on the hands and under the nails. Rub the palms, backs, between each finger, and the base of the thumbs until the skin feels slick and clean. Rinse and pat dry, pressing the towel into the nail edges. Next, eyes and eyelids. With eyes closed, a clean washcloth soaked in comfortably warm water rests on the lids for a quiet half-minute. Then a gentle swipe along the lash line of the closed eye, moving from the nose outward with minimal pressure. Rinse the cloth, repeat, and pat dry with a separate soft towel. Then, armpits and skin folds. Lift the arm and let warm water run first. Add a mild soap. Use the flat fingers, not nails, to clean the full hollow and the surrounding edges. Treat other folds, under the breast, beneath the belly fold, under the neck, with the same soft sweep. Rinse thoroughly and press dry so the skin is not left damp. Finally, feet and groin. Seated if balance is unsure, wash the tops and bottoms of the feet and gently between the toes. Rinse and dry between toes until the towel comes away dry. For the groin, keep movements gentle and outward. Use mild soap, rinse completely, and pat dry. If you use pads or briefs, change to a fresh one after washing. Safety notes for all ages past 50. Avoid very hot water. Choose mild, fragrance-free soaps. If you have diabetes, neuropathy, fragile skin, or current rashes, consult your clinician for personalized guidance. Dry skin well. Moisture left in folds often leads to irritation. A quick do now. Set a clean, soft towel within easy reach before you start. If you do not have to twist to grab it, you are on the right track. Microstory 1. Tom in Yorkshire, 72, a retired electrician, began doing the loop after breakfast. The kettle steamed in the kitchen. He could hear the faint tick of the old wall clock. The first week brought a small surprise. The itch in his armpits faded, and his shirts lasted the whole day without that late afternoon musty edge. What this means for a 50-plus listener: consistent washing of warm, enclosed areas supports day-long comfort. Microstory 2. Denise near Boston, 61, keeps a small stool in the shower. Sitting to wash her feet, she noticed the towel picking up less dampness between toes. The tile felt safer underfoot, her steps sure as she reached for the curtain. What this means for a 50-plus listener: drying between toes may help keep skin intact and support steadier footing. If the loop feels helpful so far, and you want more routines like this, consider subscribing. Quiet, practical health for older adults is what we deliver here, without fuss. Every doorknob, phone screen, and grocery cart writes a story on your hands. Past 50, skin thins and tiny cuts take longer to close. Under the nails, microbes linger. The result can be mild infections that leave you feeling off, like a soft static in the background of your day. Quick, what to do now? Before bedtime, wash hands and gently clean the undersides of nails with a soft nail brush. If the brush makes the skin redden, ease up. If you can glide a fingertip under the nail edge without meeting grit, you are on the right track. Why this matters after midlife: our immune responses shift, and small exposures can lead to bigger consequences. Clean hands before meals and after being out reduce the load your body has to handle, which may help protect sleep and focus. Caregivers, especially, bring the outside world to those they love. Clean hands are kindness made visible. The method feels almost meditative. Warm water, a lather that slides across the palm and knuckles, the firm press of thumbs into the opposite palm, the interlaced fingers, the nail brush barely whispering. Rinse until the squeak returns, then press dry with a towel rather than rubbing, so the skin barrier stays intact. If your hands feel tight afterward, a small dab of plain moisturizer may help. A large story of everyday victory. Elena in Phoenix, 60, cares for her husband after a surgery. She used to rush through washing, then catch herself nibbling at a rough cuticle when nervous. One evening, an educator at the clinic showed her how to wash slowly and scrub under each nail. The bathroom smelled faintly of unscented soap, the mirror fogged at the edges. Elena noticed how good it felt to be thorough. Over the next month, tiny cuts healed faster, and she stopped waking with that chalky feeling on her fingers. Her husband's recovery was smoother than expected. Elena's shoulders lowered as if someone set down a bag she did not know she was carrying. What this means for a 50-plus listener: deliberate hand and nail washing supports skin integrity and day-to-day caregiving. Neglect may lead to cracked skin and small infections. Repeated irritation is often associated with poor sleep and low-grade discomfort. Small changes, big margins. Have you found a hand soap that is gentle and effective? Share the name in the comments. A single tip can spare someone weeks of trial and error. Part 4. Eyes and eyelids. Clearer mornings, calmer evenings. It is easy to scrub the face and miss the eyelids. Oils and debris along the lash line can irritate eyes, making them feel sandy by afternoon. For many older adults, gentle eyelid hygiene is the missing step that removes a constant itch from the day. Quick, what to do now? Place a clean washcloth beside your toothbrush. At night, after brushing, rest the warm, damp cloth over closed eyes, then lightly sweep along the lash line as described earlier. If the cloth cools too fast, rewarm it and repeat. If your eyes feel less gritty in the morning, you are on the right track. Why it matters after 50. Tear film changes, screen time, allergies, and environment mix to create dryness and irritation. A calm eyelid edge can mean fewer rubs, fewer red corners, and less eye fatigue. Gentle is the rule. You are caring for delicate skin. The sequence is unhurried. Warmth softens oils. Touch is feather light. No pointed corners, no harsh scrubs, no pressure. If you wear makeup, remove it fully first. If you use contact lenses, remove them before eyelid care. Many eye care professionals recommend this simple routine to ease chronic irritation. 2 micro stories, 1 quiet lesson. George in Seattle, 69, kept rubbing his eyes while reading the sports page. 1 week of warm compresses and light swipes, and the rubbing stopped. The newspaper's soft rustle was all he noticed. What this means for a 50-plus listener: eyelid hygiene may reduce irritation that distracts from reading and rest. Marta in Toronto, 57, had watery eyes on windy days. She started the nightly cloth routine. On her morning walk, the air felt crisp without sting. What this means for a 50-plus listener: consistent care around the lash line may support comfort outdoors. Ignoring eyelid care can be associated with persistent discomfort. If you have ongoing redness, pain, or changes in vision, seek medical advice. Gentle daily steps are not a substitute for professional care when needed. If this was useful, drop a brief note. Do your eyes feel better with warmth or coolness? Your experience can guide others. Under the arm, beneath the breast, along the belly fold, and under the curve of the neck. These are warm shelters. Past 50, skin may be thinner and drier on the surface yet damp in the folds, inviting friction and irritation. Clean, rinse, and dry here, and the whole day changes. Quick, what to do now? After washing, place a clean, dry washcloth in each underarm for a brief moment while you prepare for the day. If the cloth comes away dry, you are on the right track. Why it matters for older adults: moisture and friction can lead to chafing and redness, sometimes to yeast irritation. Caregivers often notice that keeping folds clean and dry reduces odor, itch, and distraction. Fragrance is optional, thoroughness is not. Technique is straightforward. Let warm water flow first. Apply a mild soap and use the flat of your fingers to sweep the entire hollow and the surrounding edges. Rinse until slickness disappears. Then press dry with a towel, spending an extra quiet breath in the deepest part of each fold. If your clinician approves, a thin layer of plain barrier cream may help where friction is strongest. A large story about getting your day back. Carla in San Diego, 70, used to plan outfits around discomfort. She would lower her arms slowly, hesitant about the rub under her bra line. After a nurse suggested a simple routine, Carla washed more carefully, rinsed completely, and used a soft, thin towel to press every fold dry. The bathroom fan hummed. The mirror collected little dots of steam. She started walking in the morning without constantly adjusting her shirt. Her granddaughter hugged her tight without Carla wincing. By the end of the month, she was choosing clothes she loved rather than those that merely hid. What this means for a 50-plus listener: keeping folds clean and dry supports comfort, movement, and social ease. Consequences of ignoring this area may include soreness and rashes often associated with restless nights. Gentle daily care is a low-effort shield. If you have a tip for drying skin folds, maybe a favorite towel texture, leave a simple line in the comments. That one sentence could help a neighbor. First, choose safety. If balance is not perfect, sit on a sturdy chair or shower seat. Place a towel on the floor for grip. Bring the foot to you rather than leaning too far forward. Next, wash with warm water and mild soap. Rub the tops and bottoms of the feet with your palms. Then gently clean between toes using your smallest finger wrapped in a washcloth. Rinse thoroughly. Then, dry with care. Slide the towel between each toe until no dampness remains. Press the towel to the heels and the balls of the feet where calluses gather. Finally, look. If you see cracks, redness, or a sore that does not improve, contact your clinician, especially if you live with diabetes or circulation issues. Moisturize the tops and bottoms if the skin feels tight, but avoid lotion between the toes. Quick, what to do now? Press your thumb into the sole near the arch. If the skin springs back and looks dry rather than glossy wet, you are on the right track. Why it matters after 50: sensation may change, toenails thicken, and small skin breaks can be slow to heal. Clean, dry feet support safer steps and reduce the chance of slips and discomfort that can throw off balance. A short, grounded story. Harold in Melbourne, 74, started drying between his toes every night. He noticed the faint, clean smell of cotton and the quiet of his tiled bathroom. Within weeks, The itch that used to wake him at 3 was gone, and his morning walk felt easy. What this means for a 50-plus listener: dry, intact skin between toes supports comfort and steadier walking. Neglect may lead to soft, fragile skin and irritation often associated with unsteady steps. Care here is a daily vote for independence. If feet are your trouble spot, say so in a quick comment. Feet is enough. We are building a gentle checklist for future videos on senior foot care and balance. The groin is where warmth, moisture, and delicate skin meet. For older adults, especially those who use pads or briefs, this area needs gentle, daily attention. Comfort here quietly shapes mood, sleep, and confidence. Quick, what to do now? If you use absorbent products, change to a fresh one after washing and drying. If the new one feels cool and light, you are on the right track. Why it matters beyond vanity. Intact skin means fewer irritations and less distraction. Cleanliness here can reduce odor and discomfort that push people to withdraw from activities they enjoy. For anyone offering or receiving care, consistent, respectful hygiene preserves dignity. The approach is kind. Use warm water and a mild, fragrance-free soap. Move your hand with the grain of the skin and outward from the center. Rinse thoroughly. Pat dry rather than wipe. If you use hair removal methods, consider spacing them out or switching to gentler options to protect the skin barrier. If there is persistent redness, burning, or discharge, seek medical guidance. A large story of quiet relief. Sharon in Chicago, 65, avoided long bus rides because sitting made her squirm. Her caregiver suggested a simple routine: wash gently morning and night, rinse completely, and pat dry with a dedicated soft towel. The room carried the faint warmth of the radiator and the sound of traffic far below. Sharon noticed the difference in 2 days. By the end of the month, she was visiting her sister across town without counting the stops. She smiled more. The tiny crease between her eyebrows disappeared. What this means for a 50-plus listener: gentle, consistent care in the groin supports comfort at rest and in transit. Neglect may lead to chafing and irritation often associated with disrupted sleep. If you have known skin conditions, or if discomfort persists, consult a clinician. Daily washing is supportive, not curative. If you appreciate conversations that treat sensitive topics with respect, consider subscribing. We make senior hygiene tips practical, private, and judgment-free. Longevity is rarely a single act. It is the collection of ordinary habits that keep your body ready for what you love. These 5 washing steps are small, but they protect the places where problems like to start. When you claim them, you reclaim hours of comfort you did not notice you were losing. Quick, what to do now? Set a tiny basket by the sink with a soft nail brush, 2 washcloths, and a fresh hand towel. If your tools are already within reach, you are on the right track. Here is a gentle way to lock the habit. Tie the 7-minute loop to something you already do, after brushing teeth at night, or after the first cup of coffee. Keep towels rotating. If you live with someone, make it a shared ritual. One person warms the cloth, the other prepares the dry towel. Keep your soaps simple and your movements kind. 2 micro stories to carry into tomorrow. In Portland, Mark, 70, started the loop with his wife. They joked about this squeak test, then noticed they were both sleeping better. In the morning, the house smelled faintly of fresh laundry and coffee. What this means for a 50-plus listener: shared routines make healthy habits easier to keep. In Berlin, Anika, 58, packed a small zip bag with a cloth and tiny soap when traveling. In unfamiliar hotel rooms, the routine made the space feel friendly. What this means for a 50-plus listener: a portable kit keeps the habit steady on the road. A short reminder: hands and nails keep the outside world honest. Eyelids calm the day's grit. Armpits and folds stay clean and dry. Feet carry your balance. The groin holds quiet comfort. Wash these 5 daily, and you quietly lengthen the runway for energy, sleep, and independence. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this felt useful, tap subscribe for more healthy aging and longevity habits. Like the video if it helped, and leave one short comment. Which tiny change will you try tonight?